Last week, when Reuters reported that a large protest had taken place in Saura, Srinagar, against the centre's unilateral removal of Article 370, the Ministry of Home Affairs rushed to dismiss the news as fabricated. A few days later, the MHA changed tack and admitted there had been a protest, but said it was the handiwork of miscreants. On August 16th, The Wire went back to Achar near Saura to find out what local people have to say. This time, we came across a protest that seemed almost as large as the last one. Thousands of men, women and children had gathered to protest the centre's move. Many of the protesters held placards with the date of the protest written on it. They said this was done to counter claims that media outlets around the world had been publishing old protest footage to show the situation in Kashmir. Placards against mainstream Indian TV channels were also raised, accusing them of not portraying the real situation in Kashmir. On the other hand, some placards were raised in gratitude for the coverage done by BBC and Al Jazeera, the two media outlets which were heavily trolled by the right wing on social media for publishing stories about the clashes between protesters and the security forces in Saura on August 9th. Protesters also offered in absentia funeral prayers for those who have been killed since 2008 by the security forces in Kashmir. The centre has done away with Kashmir's special status, but the state's flag has not made way for the Tiranga on the streets. Protesters held aloft flags of so-called Azad Jammu Kashmir on the Pakistani side of the line of control, and not even the red flag of Jammu and Kashmir. In the air, a drone flew, which locals say belonged to the security forces and was monitoring the crowd. Clashes erupted soon after the security forces used tear gas and pellets on the protesters in an effort to disperse them. Locals say the mood of the valley can be gauged from the mood in Achar. But only when all restrictions are lifted will the actual picture become clear.